Once again, the Michigan State Athletic Department finds themselves in the headlines for all of the wrong reasons. This time it's football. This time it's head football coach Mel Tucker, and he is suspended. How can Sparty and their athletic department salvage this season? How can they dig themselves out of this one?
From LA to Piscataway, all Big Ten all year long. This is Big Ten 10.
Man, I was just trying to watch some Pac-12 After Dark. I was just trying to watch what might be the final USC and Stanford matchup, trying to get up to date, trying to see what the Zachariah branch is all about and see what USC, a future member of the Big Ten in 2024, is all about. And then I check my Twitter, I check my phone. Mel Tucker and non-consensual phone conversations. And I open up the USA Today article, and I just put the palm in my face, and I say, Mel Tucker, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. It's about as simply as I can put it. I was trying to think of the words to try to explain this, but that's about as good as I can do. Right? This is not something that I want to talk about. We're in week 2, going into week 3 of the college football season. You think I want to talk about this? No, but here I am, and here we are. Talking about this right now. So let's dive into it here just a little bit. Right. So Mel Tucker and Brenda Tracy, who is someone who travels the country educating athletes about sexual violence. She's been brought on to campus. I even think she was like an honorary captain during the spring game. Her and Mel Tucker formed a professional relationship. And then Mel Tucker kind of went across the line, and that's kind of putting it lightly. Look, Mel, okay, whatever's going on at home in your personal life, and however good or however bad it's going, when you bring someone like this onto your campus, you got to act professionally. Okay, you are let's call it as it is, these head football coaches at these major universities, you're a face, and you might be the face of Michigan State University. Okay, a lot of these times, these football coaches, these are the ones that people see on TV. These are the ones that families with kids that are thinking about sending their kids to school, that's the face they see a lot of time on television. They don't see the athletic director. They don't see the president of the university. They see the football coach. They see the football coach every Saturday. Right? That's where people are seeing and putting this university on display. That's the guy they see. And now all of a sudden, when they read about this guy, this is what they're going to see. And it's certainly not a good look. And I feel, of course, terrible for Brenda Tracy. All she wanted to do was come onto campus and talk about her message and continue the legacy that she's been able to do going across the country and talking about these things to athletes. And yet here she goes. She finds herself in a situation as a rape victim from the past. And now she finds herself in a situation that at least reminds her of things that have happened in the past, which is absolutely terrible. It's awful. And Mel Tucker, of course, we're going to get into crime and all of this stuff later on, but you're in a position of power, and you don't want to wield that power, or at least give the look that that's what you're doing, and you're trying to wield your power in a certain situation. All right, it's just it's bad, it's terrible. Someone in that position should be able to conduct themselves in a more professional manner, obviously. All right, let's talk more about this investigation, because there's some things maybe at first glance, maybe some things looked a little bit fishy, right, with the investigation and when Michigan State's action happened. But this Title IX investigation actually concluded in July. So, well, wait a minute. Why didn't Michigan State take action at that point? Been doing a lot more reading, been doing some more research, and it sounds like from reputable sources that say in these types of Title IX investigations, until the entire investigation wrapped up, and it is still ongoing, until the entire investigation wraps up, which would be around sometime in October, all of the details then would not be available until that time in October. So that's what is being reported, it sounds like, why the university did not know of this information until this report from the USA Today and others. Because at first it looked a little Northwestern-y, like, okay, we have this information. It sounds like we found out this information, and then we didn't really act upon it until the news report and the story came out. But it sounds like it's just a little bit different. So what does Michigan State need to do? Okay, they did the right thing, suspending him without pay. I think it's safe to say Mel Tucker is not going to coach another game in East Lansing, Michigan. I think this is it in terms of the Mel Tucker era going forward. And considering what has happened in the past at Michigan State, they need to act strong and they need to act swiftly throughout all of this. Now, there's going to be a battle, right? Because one thing actually we've talked about right here on this very channel. Remember after last season when I referred to Michigan State as stuck state, right? All the years, tens of millions of dollars. Maybe it didn't look great for Mel Tucker. That's going to be the battle. Okay, I want to read you an excerpt from this article as it pertains to compensation, right, firing for cause, all that kind of stuff. The only way he, Mel Tucker, could lose out on the money, the contract said, was if he materially breached it, was convicted of a crime, or engaged in, quote, conduct, which, in the university's regional judgment, would tend to bring public disrespect, contempt, or ridicule on the university. I think it's safe to say that last line holds up pretty strong in this case, right? Bringing public disrespect to Michigan State. Yeah, I think that definitely checks this box. So that's the big issue, right? A lot of people said, well, I think Mel Tucker's on the hot seat going into this year. I said he wasn't, because look at all the years and tens of $millions that Michigan State owes them. Now MSU administration has a little bit of an opportunity here where it says, okay, we might be able to fire this guy for cause, and if us or our boosters didn't really see a bright future with him, it allows us a chance to clean house and get a new guy in here, hopefully a squeaky clean guy in there, to be able to take the program in a new direction. I just want to finish off with this. Mel Tucker and Michigan State, 2021. That was the highest of highs, man. And I think they backed up the Brinks truck to avoid Nick Saban 2.0, to keep a guy, a younger, up-and-coming coach in East Lansing and establish a really bright future with Michigan State, because I think there was rumors about LSU possibly at the time and Mel Tucker going there. So they backed up the Brinks truck. They gave him an empty check and says, here's your money. Please stay the head coach of the Michigan State Spartans. Ever since then, ever since he signed his name on the dotted line, things have gone straight downhill. I don't know if I've ever seen such a meteoric drop from such a meteoric rise, really, in all my time following Big Ten football, right? Because he took to drop 5-7, a loss to Indiana, right, and all the poor things that happened on the field last season, and then you lose Keon Coleman and Peyton Thorne late. Your team doesn't look that great, and then, of course, a couple of games into the season, this happens. And then you pile on that their recruiting, I don't think, has been very good this year as well. There was just, man, it just went straight down for Mel Tucker. I don't know if I've ever seen such a quick meteoric rise and then such a quick meteoric drop as well from a football coach in all my time following Big Ten football. I want to hear what you guys think about this. Do you think he should be fired? Do you think he should be fired now? Do you think he should be fired later? I want to hear all your thoughts about this in the comments below. It's football season. I hate talking about this. I wish we could talk about, and we will here, but I just want to talk about football. Like, that's what I want to talk about. But on the other hand, I still feel terrible that all this stuff has happened and that we have to talk about this, that we still have another Big Ten scandal and controversy. It sucks that this is where we are right now. All right, this video has mercifully come to an end. Back to football. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching Big Ten Ted, where it's all Big Ten all year long. Make sure to like the video to spread the word of Big Ten Ted to the masses, and subscribe to the channel for updates on Big Ten content that drops every day.